So we categorize the tables into dimension tables and fact tables. So when it comes to OLAP database, so OLAP database will contains dimension tables and fact tables. Will contains dimension tables and fact tables and fact tables. Let's understand what dimension tables are, what fact tables are. What dimension tables will contains and what a fact tables will contains. Let's understand now. Let's understand now. Fine. Fine. Let's start with dimension table first. Let's start understanding about dimension table first. So what a dimension table will contains is, dimension table will contains dimension columns. Dimension table will contains dimension columns. Dimension columns plus primary key column. Dimension table will contain primary key column, primary key column. So in short, we call it as PK, primary key column plus dimension columns. A table which contains dimension columns and primary key columns is a dimension table, guys. So let me give an example for dimension table. Let me give an example for dimension table. So if you take customers table here, so open here Power BI desktop. So I connected to a product database, right? SQL Server product database. In the product database, you have customer table. That customer table is an example for dimension table. Product table is also there. It's also a dimension table. So let me write an example for dimension table. Example for dimension table is customers table is an example for dimension table, and products table also. Products table is also an example for dimension table, etc. So customers table. What kind of columns you have customers table? When you create any customers table, what kind of columns you will have in the customers table is, take that we have a customers table. What kind of columns you'll have in customers table? In the customers table, first you will have customer key column. Customer key column. See, I want to place an order in Amazon. When you want to place an order in Amazon, first you need to register with Amazon. So I want to buy one mobile, or I want to buy one laptop. When I want to buy a mobile or laptop in Amazon, first I need to have an account. I need to be a customer for Amazon first. I need to create an account in Amazon. When you are creating an account, you'll give your information to them. You'll give your name, you'll give your mobile number, you'll give your email ID, you will give your address. All this they will store in a customers table. There will be one table called customers table. So when you register with Amazon, they will enter your details in the customer table. What kind of columns the table will contain is customer key column will be there. It's a primary key column, PK column. Primary key column means that column should contains unique values and no null values. When you give primary key to one column, it will allow only unique values. It will not allow null values. Primary key column means the column which it will contains unique values and no null values. Unique values and no null values, guys. A column which contains unique values and no null values, we call it as primary key column. So when you give the column as primary key, you need to enter unique numbers here, and it should not be a null value. It is not supposed to have a null value here. No null values. Okay, fine. Now you'll have customer key column, and then customer name, and then customer mobile, and then customer email ID, and then customer address. Like this, you'll have some columns, guys. So when I want to place an order in Amazon, I'll give some details. My name, my mobile number, my email ID, my address. So when it is storing, it will give one key customer key for you. So it might be any key. So it might give a customer key called 1001, customer key called 1001, a unique key, and customer name is Sunil, and mobile number and email ID and address, something like this. So here this customer key column is a primary key column, and tell me customer name column is a dimension column or fact column. Customer name column is a dimension column, mobile is a dimension column, email ID is a dimension column, address is a dimension column. So this customer table contains what? Primary key column and dimension columns. Dimension columns. So fine. So one more customer, Sri, and the customer name is Sri, and mobile number and email ID and address. So it will store how many customers are coming. For that customers, it will enter one unique ID, and that customer details will be stored. Unique ID it will enter. So when another customer is coming, can I go and enter 1001 here? When I try to enter 1001 here, it will not allow. So primary key column should contain unique values. You are trying to enter duplicate value, it will not allow. Can I keep this as blank? So null, blank means null value. Can I keep it as blank? No, it is not possible to keep it as blank, right? It should be this primary key column should be a unique column and no null value column, right? So how many customers are there? For every customer will have unique ID, will have customer related details there. Okay. So customers table is an example for a dimension table. Same way, even the products table is also an example for dimension table. Take this products table. Products table will contains first column product key. How many products I am selling? Amazon people, how many products they are selling? Every product what they are selling, they will enter in the products table. Every product what they are selling, they will enter in the products table. You will have data like this: product key, first column is product key, and it is a primary key column. For each product they'll give one key. So and product name, second column you will have is product name, and third column you will have is color of that product. So it might be anything here, weight of that product. So some other columns also will be there, dimensions, all that you will be having. So whenever we are selling any product, that product related information will be available in the products table. So I'm selling a laptop, guys. For laptop, they'll have a key 5001, one key 5001, and product name Acer laptop. And what is the color? Black. What is the weight? 2.2 kgs, right? Weight in kgs. Fine. So when we are selling another product also, another product information will be also available here. Even so, they are selling one product called mobile. So 1001, sorry guys, 5002. So let's give any number, no problem. So this is OnePlus mobile. So something OnePlus 70 mobile, something like this. So and then what is the color of the mobile? It can go and have the color. And what is the weight? Something like this, right? So how many products we are selling? Every product will have a key, and you have other columns. Product name column is a dimension column, color is a dimension column, weight is a dimension column. So this product table also contains primary key column and dimension columns. So these are the examples for dimension tables. Dimension tables will contain primary key columns plus dimension columns. Along with that, you will have a fact tables also. In the OLAP model, along with the dimension tables, you will have fact tables also. What are the examples of fact tables? So first of all, what fact tables will contain? Now let's talk about fact tables. What fact tables will contain? Fact tables will contain foreign key columns, foreign keys, FK, you can call it as foreign key as FK, foreign key columns, and along with the foreign key columns, what you will have is fact columns. Fact columns. A fact table will contains foreign keys plus fact columns. Examples for fact table is sales table. Examples for fact table is sales table. Fine. So Sunil went to Amazon and Sunil purchased a Acer laptop. Acer laptop. When Sunil purchased the Acer laptop, a record will be entered in the sales table. We'll have a sales table. Sales table will contain columns like this. Sales tables will contain customer key column. It is a foreign key column. And sales table will contain a product key column. Product key column. It's a again foreign key column. And it contains a quantity we purchased. Quantity we purchased. Unit price and sales amount, unit price, a discount, sales amount we paid. Some columns will be there, sales amount we paid. So the sales table contains some columns like this: customer key, a foreign key column, product key, a foreign key column, product key, a foreign key column, quantity we sold, unit price, discount, and sales amount. Sunil went to Amazon and purchased Acer laptop. When Sunil went to Amazon, when he purchased Acer laptop, how the record will be entered is, let me show you here. Let me show you 1 second. So this time Sunil went and purchased Acer laptop. When Sunil went and purchased Acer laptop, how the data will be entered is, so Sunil, what is the customer key you have? 1001. 1001. That 1001 will come here in the customer key. In the sales table, they don't store any name. They'll store which customer purchased the or product. That customer key will be there. And that customer purchased which product? Acer laptop. For Acer laptop, what is the key? The Acer laptop, the key is 5001. And how many quantity he purchased? How many quantity he purchased? Does he purchased one quantity or two quantity? One quantity. And what is the unit price? One laptop cost is 35,000. And what is the discount they provided? Okay, 35,000. They provided a discount of 3,000. And what is the sales amount we paid? 32,000. Right? So like this, we'll have it. So the same Sunil went and purchased OnePlus 70 mobile this time. The same Sunil went and purchased, this time same Sunil purchased OnePlus 70. When he purchased OnePlus 70 mobile, how the data will be entered? Same Sunil, what is the customer key here? It will take 1001. What is the product key? This time he purchased OnePlus 70, the product key is 5002. And how many phones he purchased? One. What is the unit price? And what is the discount they provided? 2,500. What is the amount we paid? 22,500, something like this, right? You have it. Same way, after that, Sri purchased Acer mobile, Acer laptop again. When Sri purchased Acer laptop again, how the record will be entered? What is the customer key for Sri? This time Sri purchased it, right? 1002. This time what he purchased? Acer laptop. What is the key? 5001. 5001. Acer laptop, he purchased same quantity, same values. Same values like this. Right? Like this, when each customer is doing one sales transaction, it will be entered in the sales table. While entering in the sales table, it will not enter complete customer details. It will not enter complete product details. It will enter which customer is doing that sales, that customer key it will enter, which product they purchased, that product key they will enter. So in this, I said that fact table will contain foreign key columns and fact columns. Fact table will contain foreign key columns and fact columns. If you see this customer key and product key or foreign key columns to this primary key columns. This product key is primary key. And how many times this product is sold, that many times you will enter that ID here in the foreign key column. And along with the foreign key columns, what you will contain in fact table? It will contain fact columns. Quantity column is a fact column. Unit price is a fact column. Discount is a fact column. Sales amount is a fact column. Sales amount is a fact column. So when you have dimension tables and fact tables, clients will ask majority of times to create the visuals on dimension tables and fact tables together. Majority of the times, clients will ask to create the visuals on dimension tables and fact tables. Majority of times, clients will ask you to create the visuals. Clients will ask you to create the visuals, using dimension tables and fact tables. Dimension tables and fact tables. So using both the tables together, we need to create the visuals. So my client will ask, show me customer name wise sales. When you want to show customer name wise sales, how to show it? The customer name column is available in the, I want to create a visual where I want to show customer name and each customer how much sales amount they made. When I want to show customer name by sales, customer name Sunil, how much sales they made. When I want to show customer Sunil how much sales they made, so sales amount is available in the sales table. So I want to link this customers table and sales table based on a column called customer key column. You'll have customer key primary key here. You'll have customer key foreign key. We'll link these two tables using this customer key foreign key. When you link these two tables, for Sunil, when you want to show what is the sales, what we will do is, for Sunil, what is the customer key we have? It will go to this sales table. That customer key is there how many times? 2 times. And it will sum their sales and it will show it. For the 2 times, one is 32,000, second one is 22,000, it is 54,500. 54,500 is the sum of sales, guys. Customer Sunil is doing 54,500. So if you want to get this result between customers table and sales table, we need to link these two tables based on primary key column, foreign key column. So for it will take customer name. For that, what is the key it will take? That key it will send. How many times you have, it will do it. Same way, I want to get Sri. How much is the sales? For the Sri, it will take customer key and it will send that customer key here. How many times you have, it will filter that sales value to show. It is there only once. It will show 32,000 here. Like this, it will show customer name wise sales. Now I am taking one column from dimension table, another column from fact table. So if you want to see this result, you want to establish a relationship based on these two tables based on primary key and foreign key. Primary key and foreign key. Same way, they might even ask you to show product name by sales. Can you show me each product, how much sales we are getting? Each product, how much sales? When I want to show product wise sales, Acer laptop, how much sales we have? I want to understand. So when I want to understand Acer laptop, how much is the sales amount? So I want to link these two tables. A product name, I want to take it from this. Sales amount, I want to take it from this. I want to link these two tables based on primary key, product key, primary foreign key. When you link these two tables, for asset laptop, what is the product key we have? We'll take it, we'll send it here. How many times you have? 2 times. We'll sum these two values. 32,000, 32,000. We'll get 64,000 here. 64,000. For Acer laptop, we have a sales amount of 64,000. If you want to get this result between product table and sales table, you need to establish a link. You need to establish a link based on product key and product key. Primary key column, foreign key column. And then 1 plus 70. 70 mobile. So how much sales? For 70, what is the key you have? It will take, it will send it here. Only once you have, and the value is 22,500. 22,500, guys. Like this, you want to show product wise sales, guys. Like this, you want to show each product, what is the sales, right? So basically, majority of the cases, we'll create the visuals using dimension tables and fact tables. We'll link the dimension tables and fact tables using primary key column and foreign key column. Primary key column and foreign key column. So we understand what a dimension table will contain. A OLAP database will contain dimension tables, fact tables. We'll link the dimension tables and fact tables using primary key column and foreign key columns. So in dimension tables, you'll have primary key columns. In fact table, you'll have foreign key columns. Based on that, we'll link them. Then we can see the results. So based on, in the visuals, they'll ask to show dimension columns as well as fact columns. Whenever you need to show dimension columns and fact columns, we need to link them, right? Let's see it practically here. Let's see it. So I'll bring some tables here. So into the Power Pivot, I'll bring some dimension tables and fact tables. Let me show you practically here. So click on Get Data. In the Get Data, you'll find an options called I want to bring the tables from SQL Server. Click on SQL Server. Give the server name and database name. Give the server name and database name here. Let me copy the server name. I want to bring the tables from product database. I know the database name also. I'll write it product database. Product database. Click on OK. Click on OK. When you press OK, it will open the server. It will show the tables. It will open the server. It will open the database. It will show the list of tables you have there. How many tables you have? 4 tables. You can go and select what tables you need for analysis. I'll select all the 4 tables. I'll click on load. Click on load. So now when you bring the tables into the Power Pivot, you'll get automatically relationship between them. I don't want that relationships. So when I load the tables, I got the relationships automatically. I don't want the relationships which tool developed. Click on upgrade now or something here. So I got the 4 tables. I even got the relationship between them. Between that 4 tables, I even got the relationships also, right? This time, I'll remove all the relationships, and I'll remove all the relationships what we have here. I'll create myself. So how can you delete the relationships is, I want to delete all the relationships. I'll create myself. So how can we delete the relationships is, you need to go to manage relationship. One way, right click on the relationship, click on delete. Right click on the relationship, click on delete. Select the relationship, right click on it, delete. Second one, right click on it, delete. You can right click on it, delete. Any relationship can be deleted by right click on it. By right click on it. When you just right click on it, we can delete the relationship. When you right click on it, we can delete the relationship. So another way to delete the relationship is, so whenever we need to do the data modeling work, we need to go to model view, guys. The data modeling work can be done in model view. Let me write here. Data modeling work can be done in model view. You need to go to model view. We need to do the data modeling work. Fine. So in the model view also, where you need to go is manage relationship. They have a separate option called manage relationship, where we can do all our data modeling view. So go to model view and go to manage relationship. Manage relationship. Manage relationships. Manage relationships. Just go here, click on manage relationships. When I click on manage relationships, it will open a window called manage relationship window, where you can find some options. We will understand about these options. We'll understand about all these options. Okay. Now I need to delete all the relationships. So another way to delete the relationship is select the relationship, click on delete. Delete. Select the relationship, delete. So select the relationship, delete. It is asking, do you want to delete this relationship? Yes. Visuals using data from this related tables might be broken. No problem. No problem. I don't created any visuals. So intentionally I'm deleting the relationship. Delete. Finally delete. So you can even delete the relationship using this option. Click on close. Now between the tables, I don't find any relationship. Between these 4 tables, I don't find any relationship. Let me even delete this table for now. So to make it simple, I'm deleting timetable also. I'm deleting timetable also to make just simple, guys. To make it model simple, I deleted it. When I want, I can bring it again. Fine. So I have the tables here. So we have the tables, sales table, products table, and customers data table. We have some tables here. And I want to create the visual using, I want to show what is the total sales. To show total sales, you can go to the visual and you can take one visual, you can drag the sales data column. sales data column. I just go here, drag the sales amount column, which will show total sales is 3.11 million. Okay. So when I show total sales as 3.11 million, client is asking to show product name by sales. When I want to show each product how much sales amount we are getting, how can I show it? When I want to show each product how much sales amount we are getting, product name column is available in product data table, and sales amount column is available in sales data table. Sales amount column is available where? In this sales amount column is available in the sales data table. I want to create a visual using product table and sales table. I don't have the relationship here. When I don't have the relationship, will it show correct data? Will it show data now? So when I go and take one visual here, I'm taking a table visual. I will go and drag product name column from product data table. Product name column from product data table. It will show product names. For each product name, I want to show the sales value. For each product name, when you want to show the sales value, I want to go to the sales data table. I want to drag the sales amount column. When I drag the sales amount column, will it show the data in the visual? Will it show or not? I'll go and drag the sales amount column here. Will it show the data or not?
No.
No. So let me drag it. So I'm going and dragging sales amount column. When I drag the sales amount column, what is happening? It is showing the data. Why? You don't have the relationship between product table and sales table. Still you are able to see product name. It is showing wrong data. It is showing wrong data. It is telling that each product is doing 3.11 million sales. It is telling that each product is doing 3.11 million sales. Each product is doing 3.11 million sales. So total is 3.11 million. Each product it is doing. So when you don't have the relationship between the tables, sometimes visual will not show the data. Sometimes visual will show the wrong data. Make a note. When you don't have the relationship between the tables, sometimes visuals will not show the data. Sometimes visual will show the wrong data. Here what is doing is, it is showing wrong data. When you take one dimension column from one table, one fact column from another table, it will show all the dimension values in the dimension column. It will show all the product names, and it will show complete sales amount for each product. When you don't have relationship, it will show complete sales amount for every product. But this visual is completely wrong. If you want to see the correct data here, I need to establish the relationship between the tables. To establish the relationship between the tables, we need to have a common column, guys. We need to have a common column. When you have the common column, then we can establish the relationship between the tables. See here. So between product table and sales table, I have a common column called product key column and product key column. You have a common column, product key column. Using this column, you can establish the relationship. One way, easy way to establish the relationship is select the product key column, drag and drop on product key column. So you can do that. So when you do that, you got the relationship based on product key. So you can drag in any direction, guys. It is not that you need to drag in only one direction. So you can select product key column. You can even drop it on this. Any direction is fine. Any direction is fine. You got the relationship based on product key and product key. You got the relationship based on product key and product key. So this is one way to establish the relationship. When you go with this way, you can see the data. Now it is showing each product their sales amount. So another way to establish the relationship is right click on it, delete. I can delete this relationship, right click, delete. I can delete it. So we can establish the relationship using manage relationship. When I go to manage relationship, I'll find an option called new. Using this new option also, we can establish the relationship. Click on new. I want to establish the relationship based on product data table. So when I click on new, it will open a new window called create relationship window. In the create relationship window, it is asking to select the tables and select the columns that are related. I want to establish the relationship with the tables, product table, select product table and select sales table. First let them select. go and select the product table, go and select the sales table, and you need to go and select common column, product key, product key. You need to go and select common column, product key and product key. And then you need to select cardinality. Cardinality. Here, let's talk about cardinality. When you are establishing the relationship between the two tables, you need to choose cardinality. So there are 4 types of cardinalities. In interviews, they'll ask you how many types of cardinalities we have. They'll ask you how many types. 4 types of cardinalities you have. Let me write here. Types of cardinalities. Types of cardinalities or types of relationship between the tables. Types of relationships between the tables. So what are the types of cardinalities we have or types of relationship we have is, first cardinality we have is 1-to-1 guys. 1-to-1. We also call 1-to-1 as 1-to-1 as 1-1 1-to-1 cardinality. Between what kind of tables will have 1-to-1 cardinality? There are sometimes you'll have 2 tables. When you are establishing the relationship between them, you will have 1-to-1 cardinality. So between what kind of tables will have 1-to-1 cardinality? So between example for 1-to-1 cardinality is, I have one table called employee table and I have another table called passport table. Passport table. So this employee table and passport table basically will have 1-to-1 relationship, 1-to-1 cardinality. So in employee table and passport table, commonly we'll have employee ID column. Employee ID column. When we join in the company as an employee, they'll give an ID to you. So employee ID, that employee ID will be there. That is the primary key column. Even in the passport table, we'll have employee ID. They'll maintain one employee ID column here also. So you will have columns like this, guys. So let me write employee table how you will have it. So let me copy. Employee table will contain columns like employee ID column, and employee name column, and employee gender and blood group, something like this. Blood group. I will not write all of them. I'll write only few columns. Group. So some other columns also will have it. Just I'll stop it here. So when you join in the company as an employee, they'll give one ID to you, and they will enter your name there, and they'll enter your blood group also there, right? Right. So like this, they will enter the details, right? And next one is, so when another employee is joining, another employee details also they'll enter here, right? They'll enter here, and same way 1002. So another employee joined, and what is the gender and what is the blood group they will enter. Same way, this employee passport related details they will enter in passport table. So when employee passport related details they will enter in which table? Passport related table. There will be a passport table. So in passport table also you will have employee ID. So for Sunil, a passport number, and issue date, expiry date, something like this. Issue date, expiry date. So they will enter some details here. So for Sunil passport details, when they're entering Sunil passport details, they will enter Sunil employee ID is what? 1001. They will enter passport number. I'm just giving some dummy number, some date, issue date, and expiry date, some date you will have. Same way, when they're entering Sri passport number 1002 is the Sri employee ID, they'll enter some ID and they'll give some date here and there, right? Right. Like this, they'll enter the data. So client is asking to create a report for me. Show me employee name. So client is asking to create a report. Show me employee name and passport number. Passport number. When you want to show employee name, you need to take the employee name from employee table. When you want to show passport number, you need to take passport number from passport table. So when you want to create the report with 2 tables, employee table and passport table, you need to link these 2 tables. What is the common column here? Employee ID, employee ID. You need to link these 2 tables based on a common column called employee ID and employee ID. And when you are linking the 2 tables, you need to give the cardinality. Here cardinality is 1-to-1. So 1 employee will have how many employee IDs? Only one employee IDs. So one employee can have how many passports? One employee can have only one passports. When only one passport is there, only one time you will enter here. So this employee ID in the employee table will be available only once. Even in the passport table, the employee ID will be available only once. When you are establishing the cardinality between these two types of tables, will give one-to-one cardinality. One-to-one cardinality. One employee will contain one passport. One passport will be assigned to one employee only. That is the reason you will have one-to-one cardinality between the tables. So very less number of tables you will have one-to-one cardinality. So when you go here, very less number of tables you will have one-to-one cardinality. One-to-one cardinality. The next one is one-to-many. The next cardinality is one-to-many. One-to-many cardinality. One-to-many. So one-to-many you can call it as 1:m also. 1:m. One-to-many cardinality. So examples for one-to-many cardinality is product table and sales table, or customers table and sales table. You have customers table, and I have sales table here. Sales table. So between these two tables, I want to create a visual using these two tables. Using customers table and using sales table, I want to create the visual. So when you want to create the visuals using customers table and sales table, so I want to show customer name by sales, customer name and sales amount. When you want to show customer name and sales amount, you want to drag the customer name using this table, customers table, and you want to drag sales amount using this table, right? So when you want to do that, you need to have, if you want to see the data in the visual, you need to establish the relationship. What is the common column here? Customer key, customer key. Using this customer key, you need to establish the relationship. When you are establishing the relationship, you need to choose cardinality. In the customer table, in the customers table, customer key, how many times you will have? Customer key will be there only once. Unique, primary key column. So here in the customers table, customer key will be only once. So same customer key in the sales table, how many times you will have? So 1001 is there many times. How many times customer is doing the sales? That many times you will have that customer key. The customer key in the sales table is many. The cardinality between customers table and sales table is one-to-many cardinality, guys. One-to-many cardinality. Whenever you need to establish the relationship, you need to give one-to-many cardinality here. Look at this here. When I'm establishing the relationship based on customer table or product table, say customer table also. When I'm establishing the relationship based on customer table, customer key is the common column. Customer table and sales table. So the common column you need to select it. And what is the cardinality you need to select? In the customers table, each customer can have only one key, one. And that customer can do multiple times sales. That customer can go and buy a laptop. That customer can go and buy a mobile. That customer can go and buy a smartwatch. Whatever they want, they can go and buy it. So every time when they purchase it, the customer key will be many times here. So if you want to establish the relationship between these two tables, customer table and sales table based on customer key, the cardinality will be one-to-many. The meaning is in the customer data table, customer key is one time, and in the sales data table, the customer key is many times. That is the meaning here. One-to-many cardinality means. So between these two tables, the cardinality is one-to-many. This is the second cardinality you will find it. When you take customer table first time, and when you take sales table next, so when you establish the relationship between customer table and sales table based on a customer key, it is one-to-many cardinality. One-to-many cardinality. So the common column here and there is customer key. Customer key. Here also in the sales table, the common column is customer key. Customer key. So when you establish the relationship, it is one-to-many. One-to-many. The next one is many-to-one cardinality. So there is one more cardinality called many-to-one. Many-to-one cardinality. You can write m is to 1. M is to 1. So many-to-one cardinality. Examples for many-to-one cardinality is first take sales table. When I take sales table first, and when I take a customer table next, customer table next, it is many to one cardinality guys. When I take sales table first, there is no difference between one to many and many to one. One to many and many to one are same. Only difference is when you see from sales table to customer table, it is many to one. In the sales table, customer key is many time. In the customer table, customer key is one. Many to one. Many to one. So when you do in the reverse way, it is one to many. When you take customer table first, sales table next, it is one to many. When you see in this direction, it is one to many. From customer table to sales table, it is one to many. When you see in this direction, sales table to customer table, it is many to one. That's it. There is no difference between these two, right? Same tables. So if you go here, when I select customers table first, when I select sales table next, it is one to many, right? Let me interchange now. Let me take sales table here. Let me take customer table here. You will see the cardinality. Let me take sales table here first. And let me take customers table here. The common key is customer key, customer key. What is the cardinality? In the sales table, customer key is many times. In the customer data table, customer key is one time. One time. So many to one cardinality. Here these two are same. Many to one or one to many, both are same guys. Both are same. So we seen what is the examples for one to many, and many to one. There is last cardinality called many to many. Many to many. Many. So we can call it as M is to M. M is to M. So many to many cardinality. What is the examples for many to many cardinality? I'll discuss in the coming classes. Next class, within 1 or 2 days, we'll practically discuss. We'll take two tables with many to many relationships and we will work on them. Many to many cardinality is important, guys. So in the interview point of view, when you are establishing the relationship, many to many cardinality is important. When I go to manage relationship, when I click on new relationship, when you are establishing the relationship between the tables, so once you select the tables, you need to select the common column, you need to select the cardinality. About this many to many, practically I'll take two tables, I'll explain it. So these are the four types of cardinalities we have. We've seen four types of cardinalities. When you are establishing the relationship, you need to choose the cardinality also. Now, if I want to show correct data in this visual, I want to establish the relationship between product table and sales table. So based on a common column called product key, product key. So for that, one way is go to manage relationship, click on new relationship, go here, click on product data table, click on sales data table. The common key is product key and product key. You need to choose cardinality. In the product table, for each product you will have one key, a unique key. That product can be sold many times. The same product can be sold many times. The product data table product key will be only once. On the same sales data table, the product key will be many times. What is the cardinality here? One to many. One to many cardinality. The cardinality is one to many, guys. One to many. Remaining options we'll discuss. Remaining options, just keep it on hold for now. In tomorrow's class, we'll discuss. Remaining options, just keep it on hold. So till here. As soon as you press OK, you will get a relationship between product data table and sales data table based on product key and product key. Click on close. When you click on close, you'll get a relationship here. You got a relationship between product table and sales table. If you see one, product table contains product key once and sales table contains product key many times. Many means star. Star is nothing but many, guys. Wherever you see star, star is nothing but many. So product key and product key is the common column. And what is happening is product key and product key is the common column. Product key in the product table is once and same product key in the sales table is many. One and star is nothing but many, guys. Many. Right? Now, can I see the correct data now? As soon as I got the relationship? Yes. I'm able to see the correct data now here. I'm able to see correct data. How can you check whether it is correct or not? How you are telling blindly it is correct data? So now let's check it. Let's cross check this value is correct or not. You are telling that all purpose bike stands is giving a sales amount of $5,406. How can you tell this is correct? All purpose bike stands is giving a sales amount of $5,406. So how can you tell it is correct? Let me cross check it. So go to the product table. In the product table, go to the product name column, all purpose bike stands. There is a product with the name what? All purpose bike stands. For this product, what is the product key? Go and select this product. So for that product, what is the product key you have? For that product, the product key is 486, guys. All purpose bike stands. So for this product, they are giving a product key called 486, right? Let me note that. Product key is 486. Whenever this product is selling, whenever this all purpose bike stand is selling, a record will be entered in the sales table. Is it correct or not? So whenever the product is selling, a record will be entered here. So in this, you have a product key. Go to the product key and select the product key. What is the product key, guys? 486. 486. Go and select 486, press OK. When you press OK, that product is sold how many times? That product was sold almost 34 times. Each time when we sold, we got a sales amount. We got a sales amount. Each time we are getting a sales amount of $159. When we sell that product each time, each customer is paying $159. Totally how many times we sold? 34 times. Open a calculator and 34 into $159 equal to how much? $5,406. When you sell all purpose bike stands, you got a $5,406. Look at this. When you sell all purpose bike stands, you got $5,406. Yes, correct. It is showing correct. So what it will do is, so how it will show this data is for all purpose bike stands. So in the products table, for all purpose bike stand, what is the product key it will identify? It will identify product key, and that product key it will take to sales table. That product key will be there many times in the sales table. It will identify how many times that product key is there, and it will take all that records and it will sum their sales amount. It will sum their sales amount. So that is how you will get the output. How you will get the output is when you take product name column from here. For that product name, what is the product key we have? It will take. For that product name, what is the product key take? That product key will send to the sales table. How many times you have product key it will take? For that product key, how much sum of sales we have, it will sum and it will show it. Now the amount you are seeing is perfectly correct here. In the same way, I want to show customer name by sales. Each customer, how much sales they are doing, I want to show. When I want to show each customer name by sales, how can I show it? I'm taking another visual here. I want to show each customer how much sales we are getting. So I'll go to the customer data table. I'll drag first name, middle name, and last name. Last name and sales amount. I'll go to the sales data table. I'll drag the sales amount column here. When I drag it, it is showing wrong data in the visual. Arun J. Sharma, they're telling that he's doing 3.11 million sales. It is wrong. It is completely wrong. Why it is showing wrong data? Between customer table and sales table, I don't have the relationship. That is the reason it is showing wrong data. If you want to see the correct data here, what you need to have? You need to have the relationship between them. Go to manage relationship, click on new relationship between customer data table and sales data table based on customer key. And what is the cardinality? In the customer data table, customer key will be only once. In the sales data table, the sales customer key will be many times. Yes, press OK. As soon as you press OK, you'll get a relationship between sales data table and customers data table based on customer key. Click on close. You'll get a relationship here. You got a relationship between these two tables based on customer key and customer key. What is the cardinality? In customer data table, customer key is once. In sales data table, customer key is many times. Will you see correct data here? Yes. Arun J. Sharma, $87.28 he's paying. Arun J. Sharma is paying $87.28. How can you tell that it is correct? How can you tell that it is correct is, go to the customers data table. In the customer data table, for Arun J. Sharma, what is the customer key you have? Check it. For Arun J. Sharma, the customer key is 11801. Take 11801. For Arun J. Sharma, the customer key is 11801. 11801. Take that 11801. How many times Arun is doing the sales? Go to the sales data table. So in the sales data table, you'll have a customer key. How many times Arun is doing the sales? That many times you'll have it. Go here, filter it. What is the 11801? Filter it. You don't have it? Why? Let me filter it. Sales data table.
There is already a filter on product key.
Okay. Let me remove that filter. Right click on it. Clear filter. Correct. Customer key. I need to go and filter on 11801. 11801. Go and select 11801 here. When I select it, so Arun J. Sharma is doing the sales with us for 3 times. And each time how much sales amount he paid? One time he paid a sales amount of $2.29. One time he paid a sales amount of $35. One time he paid a sales amount of around $50. 50 plus 35, 85. 85 plus 2, 87. So that is what you are showing, $87. So this customer is doing sales for 3 times. We are summing it, we are showing it. We are able to show correct data on each customer wise sales. So how it will calculate? So when you create any visual using these 2 tables, so when you are showing customer name by sales, for that customer, what is the customer key it will take? That customer key it will send here. How many times you have that customer key, it will sum the sales amount, it will show it. Right? So that is the reason whenever we are creating the visuals on 2 tables, we need to establish the relationship between them. Right? We'll stop here. We'll continue from here in tomorrow's class, guys. Yes? Someone is trying to ask some questions. Please tell me. Anybody have any questions?
So what is meant by cardinality?
Cardinality, relationships. Cardinality means you need to tell Power BI. So when you are establishing any relationship between the tables, based on one common column, you will establish the relationship. Based on one common column, you will establish the relationship. You need to tell Power BI that column value is existing how many times here. In the customer data table, customer key is existing 1 time. Each customer key will be only once. That customer key will be there in the customer sales table many times. So you want to tell on which column you are doing establishing the relationship, and that column, how many times that column value in the customer table, how many times you'll have, that column value in the sales table, how many times you have. Telling that, we call it as cardinality. We need to tell is it 1-to-1 cardinality, 1-to-many cardinality, or many-to-many cardinality. We need to tell it. So that means how many times we have that key. When you are establishing the relationship between the 2 tables here, so I'm establishing the relationship between sales table and customers table based on customer key and customer key. I need to tell in sales table customer key, is it 1 time or many time? Telling 1 time or many time, we call it as cardinality. So in the customers table, customer key is having 1 time or many time. Telling that 1 time is nothing but a cardinality. These are the different cardinalities we usually have between the tables. You need to tell it when you are establishing the relationship between the tables. So majority of the cases, you will get that cardinalities automatically detected by the tool. You don't want to select it, but you need to have the knowledge. Someone is asking, when you select the relationship in the tables, automatically I'm getting the cardinality. But even though when you are getting the cardinality, you need to know it between sales table and between product table, sales table and product or customers table. I want to establish the relationship based on customer key, and I need to even though it will choose correct cardinality. Sales table contains customer key many times, and customers table contains customer key 1 times. You got the cardinality here, many to one cardinality. Press OK. So it will choose it. If for some reasons, if it is choosing wrong, you need to go and change it. You need to go and change it here. Any other questions?
Hello, Sunil. Actually, when we create a relationship between tables, automatically it will capture cardinality, right?
Yes.
Then what is the significance in knowing cardinality?
See, if you don't know how internally it is working, how can you know? It will fetch it. It will fetch it. It will fetch it. It will show it. If you don't know how the values are calculating, how you will know? Sometimes even it will take wrong cardinality. For now, I have one customer key only once in the sales table. That customer is doing only once. Take an example. I have only one customer now. That customer is doing sales only once. When you establish it, it will take 1 to 1. Can you leave it blindly? No, it is not possible. Tomorrow that customer can come, can do sales one more time. That time when you refresh it, it will throw error. When you give 1 to 1 cardinality, when you are getting the same customer key one more time in the future, it will throw error. Might be sometimes when you load it based on the data you have there, it will read the cardinality now. So might be now the data is 1 to 1. In the future it might be 1 to many. As a developer you need to change it. If you don't know what is cardinality, how can you go and change it here? What is the wrong in knowing this? What's your question? I don't understand.
Oh, after refreshing it, we the coordinate will not be changed. It will remain
It will not
same
be
as
changed.
what
It
we.
will remain same.
Okay.
It will fail. It will not even change. It will fail.
Okay.
So when you give 1 to 1 cardinality now, when you refresh it, it will not change time to time. For the first time when you load it, what cardinality you will get, it will remain same. So when you give 1 to 1, tomorrow when you are getting another time that record, that key, it will fail. It will fail the refresh. When you don't know cardinality, how do you know what is the reason it got failed? Any other questions?
Sir, one question from my side. Uh, you said like to verify back whether the cardinality result is coming correctly or not, we need to go back to Power Pivot, and from there we need to open the table, and then we can read the, like for example, customer record, and then we can go to the sales table, and from there we can filter
You
out the
don't
data,
want to
and
do
then
it
we can
here.
calculate.
You don't want to do it here. You can write a SQL query in the database. You can see the results.
That is what I'm asking. So that SQL query, whether we can do in database or we can do it here also.
Database. We will do it in database.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm writing this report name as data warehousing concepts. I'm giving the report name as data warehousing concepts. Click on save. Click on save.